Club of Portland.
The Huskies won the toss of the coin, elected to defer their decision until the second half, so the Ducks have elected to take the football to start the contest. You see the Duck mascot on hand. He had a rough time, got tackled by members of the Washington band during the course of the fourth quarter. Let's set the starting lineups. First of all, for the Ducks offensively, Hargain, who would end up having a career day with 8 receptions, Dykes, Hannibal, Husko, Sunia, Todd Kunzman up front. Bill Musgrave, the quarterback. Lattenberry starting once again. Derek Lavelle, Joe Merton back in the lineup after bruised ribs, kept him out for a couple of weeks, and Terry Obie at wide receiver during the course of the game, set an all-time Pac-10 record for punt returns. For the Huskies defensively, Harrison, Brown, Cook in the middle, Richardson and Travis, and then in the outside linebacking positions and the secondary, Hoffman, Clifford Lang, Dr. Briscoe, and Burkhalter.
Kickoff to Oldham here, and Oldham hits it up into the wedge and comes squirting out. Nice run, gets grabbed from behind there, but gives us great field position the whole first quarter, and takes us a while to capitalize on it. But you can see a low ground level shot here. You don't know what's going on. It's just a big pile in there, and then bingo, out he comes. Makes a cut there, but gets grabbed just as he's starting to accelerate and can't pull away.
So Chris Oldham leading the conference in kickoff returns entering the contest. Ducks in Husky territory with the first possession.
Not much running room there.
This is a 3rd down and 3.
And we failed to convert on the first 3rd down possession of the game.
Mark Penso comes in. His job is to nail the Huskies deep in their own territory, and he does just that. Good kick, nice coverage.
Good job getting down there and downing the football. Steve O'Connor downs it on the 3-yard line.
All right, here's where the Huskies had some exchange problems. We're going to pick it up on a 3rd down play here. David Cusano on the stop.
Good job by Cusano and LaBounty. See it at ground level in the shadow of the roof over Husky Stadium, and you can see Cusano on the bottom with LaBounty on the top.
So the Huskies forced to punt. The Ducks get it back again in good field position. This is a 2nd down and 10 play.
Sprint out, hit Lavelle in the flat and pick up 8. Now we're 3rd and 2.
Musgrave trying to dump it to Lattenberry, it looked like. He pulled the trigger once and then pulled it back. Actually, I think it was probably intended for Merton, maybe behind him.
Trying to throw it to Merton and just hurried it a little too much. Probably could have pulled that ball down and run for the 1st down.
So again, here's one of those fumbled snaps, and it just ends up in a pile, and a Husky is on the bottom. So it's 2nd down and 7. They actually pick up a couple of yards. Conklin, first pass.
Deflected, but completed over the middle, and the host of our defensive players finally make the stop.
There's another bobbled snap.
Tried to hand it off to the guard there, it looked like, but
Bomarewski.
They come up with it. Good job there by Andy Connor coming from the outside, as well as Cusano and LaBounty. Another good job down front in the defensive line. Marcus Woods in on that stop.
Huskies had some problems punting the football, but not with the wind in the first quarter. And so the Ducks have to take over now for the first time in the ball game in their own territory at the 25.
Hargain made some big catches here. You can see this one in traffic. Bill gets some time to throw, throws a nice pass to Hargain up in the air, takes some good shots, picks up a few extra yards.
A gain of 15 and a 1st down. Out to the 43 now on 3rd and 7.
Sprint out here. Musgrave throws, complete, nice catch right on the sideline just before stepping out of bounds to Derek Lavelle.
2nd down and 8 as we pick it up.
Play action fake, throw out in the flat. Get a bad break there. Bosley catches the ball and we pick up some yards, but we actually lose 8 on the fumble as it goes backwards and out of bounds.
Key 3rd and 13. Musgrave, as he is hit, throws to Hargain, breaks a tackle, and takes it all the way to the Husky 6-yard line.
Big play there. Nice pass under pressure. We get pressure from the backside here. You can see Musgrave get hit just as he throws the ball Hargain gets hit just as he catches it, spins around, accelerates up the field, doing a much better job of this than he's ever done in his career, making a 15 or 20-yard gain into a 30 or 40-yard gain.
39 to be exact.
Play action fake here. Musgrave finds Kolya Teft, goes up, makes a real nice catch, and gets down just inbounds.
66% of his catches have been for touchdowns this year.
Maybe we ought to throw more to him, huh?
Just gets the feet inbounds. So a nice drive. 8 plays, 75 yards, 2.5 minutes. Even the gorilla is happy with what's going on. Greg McCallum with the point after, and the Ducks lead it 7-0.
I guess you could say he beat his brother 2-zip, huh?
2-0, that's right. All right, so the Huskies get the ball back. Again, they're pinned in their own territory after a clipping call on a kickoff return.
Good job by Andre Williams right there making the play. And Marcus Woods gets the sack. Good coverage downfield, forced Conklin to pull the ball down. You can see he's ready to deliver the pass here, but his man is covered, so he pulls it down, and just as he tries to break out of there, Marcus Woods breaks through, gets help from Cassano. And Marcus becoming a bigger factor, seems like every week.
One of 3 sacks on the day for the Ducks is the sophomore from Corvallis, celebrating a bit. So the Ducks get it back again.
Nice cut by Lavelle. We're just not moving people off the line of scrimmage, and we've got to do a better job of that. Nice pass out in the flat to Hargain for the first down.
We're in the waning minutes of the first quarter, Ducks leading 7-0.
Excellent field position again here. Throw out in the flat to Lattenberry, and Latten picks up a few yards before being knocked out of bounds.
3rd down and 6 from the Husky 38. You need a few more yards even to try a field goal, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Obi. So the Huskies force the punt, take over at their own 20, move the ball out near midfield, and this is a 2nd down and 5 play, last play of the first quarter. Nothing there.
Good job by Brantley and Farwell.
As we start the second quarter, the Ducks have the lead 7-0, but the Huskies have the football in what will be a rather tumultuous 2.5 minutes to start this period of play. We started off with what looked like it was going to be an interception, and it ends up being a 28-yard gain for Washington.
Big play right there. The ball is underthrown. Chris Oldham is up, has the ball, hit him in the chest, bounce off, and as you saw, bounce right into, he's talking about it to himself. Kept the drive alive. We had them stopped right there. We'd have had the football with a 7-0 lead, and they come right back. The official tries to make a tackle. He can't even tackle Lewis. So Lewis picks up a big gain here. You can see the cut back at the bottom of the screen here. He's going up top and then cuts right back, and we're cut off at the bottom. We over pursue with our linebackers, and the official takes one of the hard knocks of the game.
They took a beating in this ball game. It was tough all the way around for everybody. Well, 1 play later.
Same play, same result. Touchdown.
Greg Lewis, 2nd leading rusher in the Pac-10, entering the game. Boom, right here. The point after is blocked.
Remember the rule change 2 years ago. You can gain 2 points if you can return that block kick clear to the other end zone.
Had a couple of opportunities there. I thought that if one of those guys early had picked it up, he might have gone.
Great job by Cassano breaking through the defensive left side of the center. Blocks the kick solid right up the middle. Can't quite scoop it up here. Tries to scoop it up, bats it forward.
I thought right there,
if
it comes up.
It didn't bounce. It's kind of dribbling it here, and it's flipped out again.
I guess the one thing your team wants to not do is fall on it, right?
Don't fall on it. Yeah. That's right. Try to pick it up. It doesn't do any good to fall on it, but if we can pick it up and run with it. Daryl Singleton almost gets it, but it goes between his legs. And
it looks like one of those folly films you see on NFL films where the guys are supposed to be sure-handed and they can't quite come up with the pigskin.
Greased pigskin.
Yes. Anyway, you get it back, and on a 3rd and 4, Musgrave is blindsided, fumbles, recovered by Washington.
This is a big play in the game. They come right back now and strike in the first play, throw up deep. Well covered by Singleton, but a perfect throw and a nice catch.
So the Huskies, after trailing 7-0 entering the quarter, have quickly struck twice. Now they go for 2, having missed the first extra point.
Roy Derry misses the tackle on the option pitch away to the unbalanced side, and they get the 2-point conversion.
14-7, just like that. So now the Ducks have to try to respond to that.
Yeah, we lose an opportunity here. Calamini fields a short kick, takes off. Can't tell when
Controversial play, to say the least.
Well, the thing is, you see these officials standing here, they're not doing anything to get in, and no signal, none of any kind. They're not trying to pull people off the pile and determine who's got it. But here comes Calamini, makes a good return, a good cut, is hit. Can't really see when the ball comes out whether the ground causes it or not. You can see it's under the Washington player there.
Now Calamini said that he does have the ball.
He has the ball there, but well, I'll tell you the one thing, you don't want to be under one of those piles. You don't know what goes on under there, and there's a lot of stuff that did go on.
In fact, the Washington player who got the last fumble said a similar type of pile, and he was just able to hold on, but boy, there's a lot of grabbing and clutching.
Good job there by LaBounty, getting the sack on Conklin. Again, pretty good coverage downfield. He hesitates a minute, tries to break loose, but LaBounty gets in there. That's his 10th tackle for a loss, and last year Kozak led our team on the year with 11 total for the year.
He's been a big factor this year, getting in there, making some penetration. Come right back, and unfortunately, another pass, this time intercepted as the safety comes over.
Good job by their safety getting a great break on the ball, made a nice play on that.
So now Washington, with about 8.5 minutes to go second quarter, trying to add to its lead.
Defense does a real good job here holding them, getting a turnover in that field position. Our defense went in and did a good job stopping them from scoring here.
This was a 3rd down and 15, and the Huskies get 14. So on 4th down and 1, they decide to go for it. They're out of field goal range.
Come in the wishbone, go to the second back through. Good job, good penetration there. Chris Oldham comes in and gets the first hit behind the line right there. And then we get a lot of people stacking it up and hold them short of the first down.
Very big defensive series, because what happens right after that? Well, the Ducks mount their own drive.
Had a little hole there and actually gained about 7-8 yards on that play.
So it's 2nd down and relatively short. Good gambling down. And the Ducks go upstairs. Musgrave to Hargain for 23.
And a late hit tagged on, just bumped him out of bounds. Good play action fake, good protection on that play. Hargain gets it, he's clearly out of bounds. The Washington player doesn't hit him very much. That's kind of a ticky-tack penalty, I think.
So the Ducks trying to tie the football game up with a touchdown and an extra point. This is a 2nd down and 9 play.
Sprint out, Musgrave with time, but sees it covered, scrambles forward for a couple of yards.
And on 3rd and 6 from the Washington 11. Musgrave, Hargain, nice catch coming back for it, touchdown.
Was thrown a little bit behind him. Hargain made a nice pivot and dove back to the ball for the touchdown.
So the extra point is tied up at 14-14. Now, in the late stages of the second quarter, you guys, your team had a couple of opportunities maybe to get another score, because the defense did a good job of pinning the Huskies deep.
They did. Finally, Kearns makes a tackle. You can see Marcus Woods pushes number 70 into the backfield, clear across the other side of the line, but Lewis reverses his field. We miss the tackle deep in the backfield, and finally rally around and make the tackle for about a 3-yard loss.
So you get the football back at around midfield. Obi, nice catch, 1 of 3 on the day, good for 13.
Nice catch, went down. A little confusion. The officials weren't too quick to signal that one either. Good protection there for Musgrave. Just throws it away out of bounds.
So 4th and 9, 52-yard field goal attempt.
With the wind at his back, has the distance, but misses it wide right.
Just pushed it a little bit. So 2:20 to play, first half. We're tied at 14. So the Huskies trying to do something on their own. Boy, Mark Kearns just couldn't quite come up with the interception.
Hit him in a bad place, hit him in the hands.
3rd and 7 now from the Husky 38.
Good play there by Derek Horton and Steve Kemp stripping the ball out.
So now you're going to get one final chance with About a minute to play in the first half. Deep in your own territory.
Trap play here to Lattenberry. We actually do a good job, I think, in our 2-minute drill here, moving the football down the field, pick up the first down there.
So now it's 1st and 10 out at the 37.
Musgrave throws out to the near sideline, our sideline, and a nice catch there made by Terry Obie just before he goes out of bounds, stopping the clock.
At the Husky 46. And unfortunately a sack, so you had to burn a timeout with 34 seconds left. But then another big play.
Screen pass to Lattenberry. Looked like we should have gotten more here. We didn't do a very good job getting downfield and blocking, and Latin actually ran into Hannibal's back, and we did get the first down to stop the clock. A big screen pass here. This screen will be intercepted late in the game in the fourth quarter. Looked like we were going to have a big play here, and all of a sudden, defense just converged on us and closed it off.
So, 1st and 10 from the Washington 35. And the pass, it's just a little behind Terry to prevent him from getting out of bounds. So you call a timeout, decide to try the field goal, and it is tipped at the line of scrimmage and no good. We are ready for the third quarter. Each team already having a possession in the third quarter and unable to move it. So as we pick things up, this will be Washington's second offensive possession of the third quarter. Lewis trying to get around the corner, doesn't get a whole lot.
Chris Oldham and Mark Kearns on the tackle. Here, LeBounty breaks through, untouched, gets help from Andre Williams and holds him to a 1-yard gain.
3rd down and 5 for Washington at the Oregon 38. Pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. I think that was David Cusano that might have knocked that one down. So the Huskies forced to punt. Ducks deep in their own territory decide to grind it out.
Trap play to Lattenberry, picks up about 7.
So it's 3rd and short. There's the man we just talked to, Dondre Bosley.
Bosley picks up the first down.
So it's 1st and 10 still, keeping it on the ground from the 28. Lavelle to the outside, cuts it back in, and he picks up 6.
This is a little bit more like the running game ought to look like, partially in this series anyway. Don't block too well on there, but we get the first down again on the sweep.
So, on a 2nd and 9 play, Lavelle gets about 3. Big 3rd and 6 right here. Musgrave to pass. He just kind of floats out there. I don't know if his elbow had been hit or what, but it is intercepted by the Huskies.
Well, he was definitely hit as he was delivering that ball, and was floated up. Now they throw a screen pass out in the flat, and Roy Berry and Chris Oldham get help from Eric Dozier to make the tackle.
2nd down and 8. Conklin can't find a receiver, so tucks it.
A lot of time we lose contain here, and Conklin takes it down deep into our territory, down to about the 7-yard line.
First down play.
Lewis picks up about 5 down to the 2-yard line. Good job there by Dozier. Gets help from Andy Connor and the rest of the people in our line there. And now here's a big 3rd down play. We have him in the backfield right here. Darrell Reed misses the tackle, and Conklin spins into the end zone.
So Washington has the lead, 20-14. The point after attempt. No, this is not a replay from the reverse angle. This is another blocked extra point. Cusano again, he picks it up, laterals it to Dozier, finally hauled down. That's our play of the day because it happened twice, and you don't see it happen very often these days in college football or even in the pros. So tell us exactly what happened.
Well, we line up in a block right, and we're always having Cusano line up in the middle and try to go into the middle. We'll have one man line up on a guard and pull and try to yank him to the side, and Cusano has a choice of swimming one side or the other of the center, and this time he chose to swim left, which he did on the first one too. Broke through clean, blocked the kick, and dribbled it, but took a good hop up to him, pitched it back to Eric Dozier. Again, it doesn't do any good to go down with the football. Maybe they ought to give us for 1 point for getting it back 60 yards.
Well, that would have been nice, but that wasn't the case. Let's take another look at it. You see the block by Cusano, just flush, hits him in the chest.
Good penetration, and the holder is up now. He's having to straight arm, and he tries to block away the holder, picks up the ball, laterals to Dozier. Should have lateraled it to Horton. Horton has a little more speed than Dozier. Dozier gets down to the 37-yard line, but no points. We take it all the way back again. With the new rule, we'd have gotten 2 points on that.
Dozier, uncomfortable, it looked like, with the pigskin in his hand. But maybe one of these days we'll get one of those. Musgrave flushed out of the pocket. I think this is the longest run of his career. I think he had like a 17-yarder at Ohio State a couple of years ago. This was 18.
That might be right. Did a good job here. The protection breaks down. He steps up in the pocket, starts to throw, and sees the big opening, and up the field he goes. Gets down right underneath the hit from the Washington defensive back, picks up 18 yards and a critical first down.
This is now a 3rd and 7.
This time he can't get out of there, but he flips it forward as he goes down to Lattenberry for 3 yards, but still short of the first down.
Now this could have been a huge play in the game. The Huskies come after Mark Penso, and they knock him down. They're called for roughing the kicker. And of course, the run back here doesn't mean much because it is a 15-yard penalty.
This is a big break in the game, and one where you have to seize the opportunity and do something with it and take it on down and score. Throw to Calamini right over the middle for 7 yards.
And that was the final play of the 3rd quarter. Into the 4th quarter we go. Washington has the lead, 20-14, but the Ducks have the football in Washington territory at the 32. This is a 2nd down and 3 play.
Good job by Nalu Calamini, picking up 5 yards and a first down.
Musgrave, good protection, dump over the middle to Joe Merton. Good for 8. 2nd down and 2. Need a couple of yards, give it to Lattenberry. He gets the first down. So the next play we see is a 2nd down and 10 from the Washington 17. That's the throwback screen that you talked about earlier that Lattenberry caught this time. Sitting right there was Richardson.
He was actually on the ground, read the screen when he got up, and just drifted back and intercepted the ball. Andy Connor comes in here and sacks Conklin for a loss. See it on the replay from the bottom. A little run fake, looked like Conklin turned the wrong way there, and get the sack for a big loss.
So this is a 3rd down and 11. Huskies go out into the flat. Good tackle here by Rory Derry. Hanging on for dear life, getting some help.
Got quite a bit of help from Darrell Reed and Mark Kearns, holding them short of the first down.
So as the shadows grow long at Husky Stadium, the Ducks again get the ball back. About 10 minutes to play. This one could have been, I mean, you know, ifs, ands, and buts kind of a situation, but it goes off of Hargain's, it looked like shoulder pad.
It was just slightly underthrown and bounced off his shoulder pad just as he was being hit, and it bounced up and the Huskies intercept it.
But again, the defense does the job.
Come back and get the ball back. Excellent job there. The tip, I believe, by LeBounty. Coming from the top of your screen, you'll see LeBounty get his hand up right there and deflect the pass. And Cassano, he's got more interceptions than some of our linebackers and defensive backs. That's his 2nd on the year, and good job by Cassano.
He's tied for, well, he's 3rd on the team in interceptions, I think, now. Oldham and then Horton, Cassano. Again, from the blind side, and boy, you just, thank heavens Musgrave wasn't seriously injured on that one. So the Huskies get it back. Now they're thinking about running out the clock. And they tried the outside, but you can see, still pretty good hitting.
Good job there by Rory Derry.
Big play here, as you mentioned, field position.
Gets the Huskies out of the deep side of their end zone. We were in a zone defense there. Our safety should have been back in the middle, helping Chris Oldham on that play. I thought Chris did a real good job most of the day. He had that play and the one that bounced off his chest. Other than that, he played a great football game.
But you get it back because the Huskies victimized by a penalty. The defense holds, and here you come with about 2.5 to play.
Sprint out to the bottom of the screen. Musgrave comes out and finds Hargain on the sideline. first down, doesn't get out of bounds, but
So after the 16-yard gain, the Ducks have the football out at the 32-yard line.
here we get an NFL sack in the grasp, which is not a college rule, but I'm sure the official just wants to protect quarterback. But there we have to use a timeout because of the sack. The clock keeps running, so we had to use one of our timeouts. Musgrave comes back and hits Hargain for 15 yards and get about half of it back. Now on 3rd and 5, we roll out and Musgrave throws. Pass is deflected, and Hargain's there to pick it up for the first down. See it on the replay. This pass could have been intercepted as well. He's trying to throw it for Olby, actually, and the pass is deflected, and Hargain's there to get the deflected. Actually, he was trying to throw it for Lavelle.
So anyway, the Ducks still with an opportunity, but it dies right there. The fumble recovered by Washington, and that seals the fate with 1:38 to play. So the final score, Washington 20, the Ducks 14. The Ducks dropped to 3-3, 2-3 in conference play. After the contest, we take a look at the final stats, and you see the Ducks with the more first downs, more yards passing. The Huskies had the edge in rushing. Greg Lewis over 100 yards. Net yards pretty close for both teams, as was the game, so it is rather indicative. Flipping it over, the thing that is not close was the turnovers. You see the Huskies with 4 interceptions, the Ducks with 3 fumbles, 7 turnovers to 1 for Washington.
Any team that gives the ball away 7 times. Bill, unfortunately, in the last 3 games has thrown 9 interceptions. Our running game has virtually disappeared again, as it did a year ago. So we've got a lot of work to do offensively. We've been an up-and-down team defensively. Actually, I think our kicking game played better than it's played in a while at Husky Stadium, but we've been also inconsistent in those areas. So if we're going to win some football games down this stretch, which we have the opportunity to do, we have to correct the things we've been doing badly and get more aggressive.
It is a 5-game season now. All of a sudden, it's only 5 games.
That's all that's left, and we better take full advantage of it.
All righty, so next week it'll be the Ducks against the Arizona State Sun Devils. The game will be on regional television. And, of course, we'd like you to join us on the Oregon Sports Network for the radio broadcast. Remember, the game time has been changed from the original starting time. Instead of being at 7, it's going to be at 3:30 Pacific time down in Tempe. So we hope you join us for next week's show. If you don't join us on the radio broadcast, for the coach, I'm Todd McKim. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Oregon Football 89 is made possible by Harold Taylor, Taylor Electric Supply Portland, Imran Oswald, Volvo and Subaru Gladstone,